Hey guys, Jingraves here, doing another video for you guys. Um, so this is another one of my favorite series. If you guys don't know, um, if you go back and watch my very first video, which is pretty crap quality, go back and you can actually see a lot of stuff that was on my favorite shelf, because I actually do a review kind of over my favorite shelf. This is one that actually was on there, as well as a bunch of the other stuff. It is really, really good. I highly, highly recommend it. I highly enjoyed it as well. And it's crazy how small it is. This is, I guess, another really old vertical one. But this one was good. It's by Keiko Suinobu. Um, but this is called Limit. And I like how they put Limit on the side and the numbers are all big on the very front. Not too much on the back. Some different stuff here and there. The back parts almost remind me, even though I haven't read it, of the D or whatever. Um, I'll get done showing you these real quick though, and then we'll get to talk about it. So this one I would say is a psychological thriller. It is very, very fun. I have to say for that aspect. There's just a lot of stuff that happens in this. So the premise behind it is all these kids get on a bus and they are all going to somewhere on a school like festival trip. And it's going to just be over the weekend. Um, which, I mean, that's a really cool aspect, right? Because almost like slice of life manga or ones that have slice of life parts incorporated into it. Usually they go on some kind of school trip if it has a school in it. So on this one, they're on the bus. They're like almost like a Greyhound, if you know what that is, or you know, just like a bus, and they're all going to this trip. And what ends up happening is um, the bus driver, who is an old man, ends up having a heart attack at the wheel. And this is right at the moment of the trip when they are trying to go over these mountains and stuff. And what happens is he has the heart attack. The bus hits the rail, goes through it at some point, and actually falls off the side of this cliff. Now it kind of rolls down this hill and it ends up getting onto this little spot that's a plateau cliff area, because one side is the straight up cliff they fell down, and the other side is the straight down part of basically falling farther down the mountain. So they're on this like really small area, which I say small. It's probably a couple football fields stacked together, on the side of this mountain. But there's no way to get down. There's nowhere to go, and some of the other people are hurt. Some other people have died. Different stuff like that. They don't know what to do, and different people have different items and stuff um, to pull out, and it ends up almost turning into um, like a Lord of the Flies, Hunger Games scenario, because part of the students want to work together, and some of the other students are already thinking the worst, that we don't have enough food to go around. We're going to have to kill people off. So it gets into this really, really extreme of that because they don't have any cell phone service. Some of them don't know where they're going. Some of the people have problems because they're like, I didn't tell my parents. Um, you know, do you think people will know? People will look. We're kind of right here on the side of this thing, but I don't know if they'll think to look here or whatever, um, which is really good. You get to a part where um, you do. kind of pull into the whole high school aspect of it still, where they find a girl that is basically the one that is being bullied or had been bullied, and nobody still changes it. They still kind of bully her and call her names. But in that instant of this scenario, she feels that she is able to take control of the situation. So everybody that called her names, everybody that did all this other stuff, she's going to hurt them. She's going to be able to do whatever she wants because they are now in an isolated area where they can't get away from her and they might not be able to do anything about it. So that's actually this girl right here that gets made fun of on book 3. Um, and I believe at one point she actually kills one of the students. Um, and it's just this whole big like ordeal. She either kills them or like severely hurts them, and they just barely have time to do anything. But they basically get stuck there. There's no way to figure it out. There's no way to do anything, and they end up having to figure out what they're going to do. They do have that whole moment where you're not such a bad person. This thing that you did do was, we're all sorry. We really don't want to get in a fight with you. We really don't want to do any of this other stuff. We're sorry for calling you names. We're sorry for doing this to that girl, and we're just sorry for doing other stuff. So it all just kind of falls down to high school drama meets Hunger Games or Lord of the Flies, and how an adverse reaction or a moment in time can give you an opportunity, I guess, almost to have somebody take revenge. Um, you know, and it's insane. But I feel like this is a really good one for um, everyone to read, basically, because if you see, anybody in high school getting bullied, I mean, this could be the scenario. Something like this could happen, and you could have basically PO'd somebody enough for them to come hunt you down. That's kind of why I feel like you should kind of be nice to everybody and don't swindle anybody or anything else. So just be honest. That's the easiest thing to do. Um, but anyway, guys, I hope you guys will check this out. This is a very, very good series. It is really small too. Let me. I was trying to find a regular size manga that I had. We'll use one of these. So this is a regular size manga behind it. That's about how much space you get. It's really tiny when it comes down to it. So, but hopefully you guys will check it out. You guys will read it. It is by Kiko Suinobu, and yeah, just try it. Try Limit. So really good. Highly, highly recommend it. This one is probably another like 5 out of 5 for me, just because of how good it is. So anyway, thanks for watching. I will catch you guys later. I'm Jingraves. Bye.